producer wife Beth, I guarantee you that everybody is tuned in right now just to see the Lego that I built from the Lego Advent calendar.
Yes, I'm sure.
That I unveiled in segment 1.
Yes.
And I know especially on the podcast side, they can't wait at all because they're wanting to really visualize this in their brains.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. But visually gifted side, there it is. Some little fighter guy. I honestly don't remember seeing this guy in The Mandalorian.
No.
But he must have been there at some point.
They're so small. It keeps making me think of Micro Machines. Remember those?
Yeah, it is kind of Micro Machine-ish. That's a good point.
Yeah.
I forgot about Micro Machines. You had a lot of boy toys, didn't you?
I didn't, but I
Really?
watched a lot of commercials.
Oh.
And I was, I had a cousin who was very similar in age too, so that.
Okay. I've heard you talk a lot about things like Transformers. And Micro Machines and
I always wanted Transformers when I was a kid. I never got any though.
I'm sorry, didn't you want me to get you some for this Christmas?
No, that'd be $1 million if you could even find them still.
Have you looked at your Christmas list? It's not cheap stuff that's on there. I don't know if it
That's
makes
true.
a difference.
That's fair.
All right, I'm just saying. All right, so rumor has it that it's possible that we have an Etsy shop.
Yes.
And I think that rumor has some validity because, like, we've talked about the fact that we have an Etsy shop. We have an entire 97 lectures that I'm up to now.
And Etsy also makes deposits into our bank account, so there's that.
They do that, yeah. But I've got a Teachable course up that I'm up to 97 lectures on it now, specifically on how to run an Etsy store.
Yeah.
So I think we have an Etsy store. And we've been saying for weeks now that you should shop at Etsy, even if it's not us. Shop with somebody from Etsy.
We've been talking about it since before Halloween.
Yeah, because we knew we'd be able to bypass the supply chain.
Yeah.
And we'd be able to get goods to people, stuff like that. Seems like Etsy agrees. So, there's an article on this. Once again, the things we've been saying actually hold water.
You don't usually find mainstream media articles on Etsy either, so
No,
it caught our attention.
And I will say, in all truthfulness and honesty, I'm not sure how well this video will do for the simple reason that at the end of this Fox article, there is a whopping 2 comments unless something has changed. Nope, still 2 comments. And I can't tell you the last time I've looked at a Fox Business article that's only had 2 comments.
Yeah.
So that's interesting.
Maybe people read it but just didn't have anything intelligent to comment.
Yeah, have you read comments on Fox?
That's true. They're
not
yeah,
intelligent.
No. That's the same for all news articles.
But it's just, so I don't know if this got a lot of traction for them, but it got our attention, and it goes, again, to kind of what we've been saying. So specifically, Fox Business says, Etsy in sweet spot despite supply chain chaos. Etsy says its sellers have not been hit with the same degree of supply chain headaches as other retailers and producers are experiencing during the holiday season, largely due to their sourcing and their scale. Traditional retailers tend to buy raw materials in bulk from overseas. Etsy sellers have been mostly immune to those issues because they tend to buy materials domestically. The company told Fox Business that 95% of Etsy sellers source their materials from within the U.S., and 47% buy materials from their own state. I will call time out here. I would like to know exactly how Etsy knows that. I think they're making educated guesses, but it's not like as an Etsy creator that we share with them where we source our materials.
No, but some shops do if they use another shop to fulfill part of their orders.
Fair.
They do have the ability to link, so they could be basing it off that data. Or they may have sent out like a survey at some point too.
It's possible.
Etsy does send out surveys from time to time.
Yeah. It's a question mark in my mind, though.
Yeah.
Put it that way.
I'm sure it's extrapolated.
Yeah. It says with the widespread labor shortages plaguing many industries, Etsy has not hurt Etsy sellers for the most part either, with 83% of them being businesses comprised of one person working from home. Actually, we're comprised of 2 people, but same idea. Earlier this week, Etsy CEO Josh Silverman was at the President Biden meeting.
Which we discussed yesterday.
And I don't buy half of what was said there, but so be it. And then they talk about this Biden speech. Don't particularly care about that. The CEO of Etsy represents over 5 million small businesses and entrepreneurs, Biden said, recalling that Silverman told him that sellers are less concerned about supply chain challenges this year than they were last year.
I would agree with that. It was easier for us to get stuff this year than it was last year.
Yeah, for the kind of things that we do. I would agree with that. But one of the things that was pointed out in the article that, again, aligns with what we've been saying is when they talk about these are businesses that are small and generally only consist of one person, maybe two in our case. And I've said from the start of all of this that those who are smaller and more nimble will be able to adapt to what's available to them.
Yes.
And it would seem, according to this article and what Etsy's CEO has been saying, that they would agree with our assessment on that.
Yeah.
And I would believe it too. I know that the good portion of our Christmas shopping has come from small businesses on or off Etsy who are able to provide unique things that they can make happen with what's available around them.
Yeah.
And that's a good thing. Because to pivot over to the Biden thing again, he did come out and make his statement about after the meeting. It was delayed, but then he actually made the statement yesterday, and he's all like, it's all good, there's all sorts of supply, but we can't guarantee you're going to get stuff in time because that's up to Santa.
Yeah.
That's paraphrasing, but he did blame it on Santa.
He tried to blame it on Santa, yeah.
If you don't get your stuff in time. I'm sure
he was trying to be cute. It just doesn't come across that way to me.
Nothing he says comes across as cute. I'm sure that's what he was trying, though. To your point, I agree with that. But I still don't buy this everything is fine kind of speech, because we've heard everything is fine with a lot of things. He's also claiming that gas prices are going down. Well, I pulled a Gas Buddy chart for the last month. The average price in the U.S. has gone down 1 cent.
Yeah.
Woohoo. Thanks, Joe.
Yeah.
So, I mean, whatever.
And that's still up like over $1 from a year ago, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, I don't buy what they're trying to say with the supply chain overall. Again, I trust my eyes. I've been in the stores. I see the gaps. I see that things are not still stocked the way that they should be for this time of year.
Again, go to any major retailer's website and try to buy a piece of furniture, and they'll be pushed out to at least June, at least.
Exactly.
That doesn't scream that everything is working properly.
But if you can find a woodworker on Etsy, which I know you can, they can sell you like chairs and tables and things like that.
Yep.
And probably have it to you yet this month if you're willing to pay the freight on it. So.
Or if you can do local pickups. You can actually do local pickups with Etsy.
Yeah.
If the seller agrees to it.
Yep. There's a lot of good options there. But it was refreshing to see an article that actually agreed with what we were saying. And we've been noticing that a lot, dear listener. And this isn't us trying to boast or brag, but it lets us know that we've got good instincts for the things that we talk about. Because on the same day or a day later from the things that we discuss, we tend to see them picked up by a lot bigger personalities than us.
Yeah.
And we tend to beat them to it by either a few hours or as much as a day.
Yeah.
So I think we're doing something right. Again, not trying to boast or brag. It's just good to see.
Yeah.
We're not talking about too many things that are out in left field. So.
It's reassuring.
It is. And it's reassuring, too, that the fact that Etsy can fulfill your stuff made a national news site, even if it doesn't appear that the story itself is getting a whole ton of traction. But maybe it'll get traction tomorrow.
Yeah, maybe.
We'll see. All right, that does it for this segment. Segment 3 will happen at 3 o'clock Eastern. In the meantime, please do visit us, soulwisdom.com. You can shop with us. You can view past episodes. You can leave a tip. whatever you want to do. Visit us, and we'll see you at 3. Bye-bye.